Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Buy This Movie. If you can tell by that theme song, I'm going to talk about Django Unchained and why you should buy it on either Blu-ray or DVD for yourself. It's a great film. Um, it's one of Quentin Tarantino's one of his more recent films. Um, Django Unchained, it's a great film, you guys. It's definitely one of the better spaghetti westerns we got in a long time. I understand we got like True Grit, the remake from the Coen brothers, not too long ago, a couple years back. But we really haven't got a lot of other great spaghetti westerns over the past few years, and I think Quentin Tarantino definitely revives that genre or that subgenre. Um, Jamie Foxx is great in this. Christoph Waltz actually won an Academy Award for this film, and for good reason. He did a great job in the supporting role in this as Dr. King Schultz. Leonardo DiCaprio is great in this too. He plays the villain named Calvin Candy. Um, it's a very visually well done film. It definitely looks like an older western, which I think Tarantino masters with the film. It looks like something you'd see from like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or something of that nature. It's written in that manner also, so you can definitely tell the Sergio Leone fanboy of Quentin Tarantino definitely showed up in this film because his fanboyism definitely showed up throughout the film. Um, I also think it's cool that it's a western that takes place in the South, so it kind of plays off of the audience expectations in that sense. Um, so I'm glad that Tarantino played off of the kind of that deep South approach over the typical western setting. Um, some people complain that some of the profanity in here didn't feel like people from back then would use that. But I think it's kind of cool about this film. And I think Tarantino plays off of this very well. Is he basically makes a film that asks us what would we do if we were back in the old west, and we kind of toyed around with what we know about the old west, and what if we kind of made it our own. And I think Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx definitely toy around with that idea a lot in this film. It's like, for example, near the beginning where and don't worry, I'm not going to go too much into spoilers here. um, Christoph Waltz is trying to buy Django near the beginning of the film, and like, for example, he's just kind of messing with them, and these guys are like, this is kind of like, what is this guy doing? And basically, he just kind of owns them. I also like how Jamie Foxx, he's always telling people that he's the 1 in 10,000 and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just a ton of fun, you guys. It is a long movie, but it's a lot of fun that you almost kind of forget that it's a really long movie after a while. But it's well written, it's well directed. The ending is a little, I don't know what to say about the ending, but it didn't feel. I personally felt it didn't flow as well as some of the rest of the film did. So you'll know what I mean by the time you approach the end. It just kind of loses the flow, but it's still a very well done film. I enjoyed it a lot. As you can see, I own it, so of course I'm going to go back to it a lot. The artwork's great. Even on the spine here, we got Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz walking into the distance. So like I said, I love that it's a western that's not in the West. It's a western that takes place in the deep South. I think that alone is a pretty interesting concept. Samuel L. Jackson, I really think he should have been nominated for this film because he did a terrific job as kind of the old butler of this plantation for Calvin Candy. So just a ton of great performances in here. Great music. You can definitely tell he borrowed the original Django theme if you look it up, the original Django film. But it's a great film, you guys. Make sure you own Django Unchained. It's a great film.